So before we get into Saturn in Aries, let's just talk about this full moon in Scorpio. It's a very important one. Every astrologist on YouTube is talking about it right now because it's happening in a few hours. 8 p.m. Tomorrow, Romania time. Time of this full moon will be different depending on where you are in the world, of course. So let's see what's happening here and what you can expect. It's the time of witches and werewolves. If you're into magic, manifestation, and all of that, just keep in mind that a full moon is not actually the best time to bring things into your life or people into your life. This is a time for letting go, for closing cycles. If you want to do manifestation rituals and spells and stuff like that, you have to do those on a new moon, okay? But anyway, for closing, for letting go, I'm going to have a ritual for you that you can do at the end of my speech here about what this full moon can bring to you. So, stay tuned if you want to hear about that. And before we get into more details, let me just tell you this. When I thought about coming back to astrology, I thought that, my first video on this, I'm going to have a nice background. I'm going to look good, as professional as possible, but then I'm old and I need to feel comfortable, and this is the way I feel comfortable, and it's as professional as it can for now, okay? So, coming back to the full moon in Scorpio. As I said, it's happening in a few hours from now. And let's take them one by one. So first of all, and I've said this before, if you want to listen to a horoscope and have predictions as close to reality as possible, you have to check your rising sign first. Okay, so it's rising sign first, and then it's your sun sign. If you don't know your rising sign, you need the time of your birth. If you can still find that out, do that, and then you can Google it, and you'll find out what's your rising sign. But you need your rising sign for more accurate predictions, okay? Keep that in mind, not just for now, but in general. Astrologists, when they talk about predictions for the next few months or years or whatever, they look at your rising sign, not your sun sign necessarily. Okay, the moon in astrology. If you check someone's natal chart, if you didn't have one already, I totally recommend you get one with an astrologist, not with me. I'm not open to personal readings right now, but get one. It's interesting. At least once in your lifetime, you should have a reading, an astrologist reading, okay? So when you look into someone's chart, you can see where the moon was and which sign the moon was when they were born, okay? And depending on that sign, you can see how that person feels, how they express emotions. The moon can also talk about what that person is afraid of. Then Scorpio in general. Scorpio is a very heavy energy. I have a lot of Scorpio placements in my chart, and I don't like it anymore. I used to think that, oh my God, that's so interesting, that's so deep. No, it's not. It's just fucking tiring, okay? Very intense energy, the Scorpio energy. We all have it somewhere, and it's manifesting in some area of our lives. Scorpio in general talks about sexuality, death, rebirth, hidden stuff. That was my cat. Hidden stuff, secrets, other people's money. Scorpio energy can make you very paranoid. And as I said, someone's moon placement can show you what that person is afraid of. Someone with a moon in Scorpio, for example, can be really afraid of death or torture, which is why, funny enough, a lot of times they destroy other people or they destroy themselves with their behaviors. Or they can be, obsessed with the fact that they don't know what's next. So they're trying their best to find out everything, to be in control as much as possible. They can be afraid of not having enough. So they're trying to have as much as possible. Scorpio energy is not actually good at letting go, okay? And the moon in Scorpio, at this full moon in Scorpio, talks exactly about that. Trying to your best to let go of something that you can't really let go easily at all. So this full moon in Scorpio will be clearly challenging for Scorpios, obviously, Leos, Taurus, and Aquarius people. Okay? Aries rising, what we can expect with this full moon tomorrow. Some of us maybe will close a debt, a loan. We're going to give back the entire remaining amount of money. We can do that. That can happen. We can maybe get the approval for a loan. We can finish paperwork regarding an inheritance. For some of us, maybe we will buy a present, or we're going to receive a present. It can also be that. What else? We can end a sexual relationship. We have a lot of sexual relationships nowadays in general. So for some of you, maybe you've decided that, you want the entire thing, a proper relationship, not just a sexual thing. And this might be a time for you when you decide that, you know what, I'm done with this. It could be that for some of you, yeah. It could also be you solving some sexual health issues for good. It can also mean ending a karmic cycle with someone. It can also be for you that you hear about someone dying. Unfortunately, it can also be that. It doesn't have to be someone close to you, but you can hear about someone that you know dying. That can happen. Taurus and Taurus rising. What you guys can expect with this full moon in Scorpio, it's an argument, a decision made between you and your life partner. It can be a collaboration with professional partners ending. It can also be, for some of you, if you have, if you're into a legal argument with someone, there can be some decisions finally being made regarding to this. For some of you, it can be your parents, if you're young and they're young enough, deciding to divorce even. Gemini and Gemini rising, for you guys, this full moon can bring a change in your routine. You can end bad habits, for example. Be something like, that's it, I'm gonna stop smoking tomorrow, I'm gonna stop eating badly. It can be that. There can be a change in your workplace. You can end the job. You can end your relationship with some coworkers, or just the way you interact with this coworkers changes. Careful with your pets, losing them, something happening to them. So be careful about that too. Cancer and Cancer rising. For some of you, this can be the end of a love affair, or it can be the beginning of a love affair also. But if you've been trying to get someone's attention and feelings were building up there, it can be that you finally get to see or get to be with this person. Careful about pregnancies also during this time for some of you. It can be some changes in your hobbies. Maybe you're gonna let go of something that you used to like, and now you're gonna end up doing something else.